Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Well, on Friday, the Australian dollar slowly notched higher and briefly touched an intraday high of 74.03 before turning around and abandoning the bullish momentum. From the rejection, it now questions whether the market can actually recover those recent highs due to the RSI plummeting and breaking the midway point. That being said, the MACD still holds positive, and therefore, until we see a close under 73.25 from a New York base close, that is, then we could see another rise back up towards that 74 handle. In the event we see a close under 73.25, then this would open back towards 72.85 and reassess from there. This week we've got the RBA, and also with the centerpiece, as I would call it, is the non-farm payrolls. Looking at the euro, we can see that the market challenged that topside level close to that 119.15 and was rejected as the US dollar, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, reclaims the level of 92 handle. Now, looking to this Friday, the US job report, that is for the non-farm payrolls for July, we should see at least fresh clues on the strength of the economy recovery. And along with that, some information that the investors will be looking for, that is, because the forecast is expected to see an added 895,000 jobs in July, with the forecast holding around 850, so that's a better number. Along with that, the forecast is expecting to see the unemployment rate dropping from 5.9 to 5.7. If that's the case, then we could see the US dollar return to its bullish bias, and I'm still holding towards that 93 figure 60 area after briefly getting to around 93.16, I believe, before dropping away. So with the euro now slightly questioning whether the market has broken out, I would say not quite. It's still holding off above this midway point. So still, let's see if the market can take the challenge back again at the beginning of this week. I do anticipate a bull trap from that 119.15 level. The dollar yen did slip further and got to a low around 109.35, just in front of its target of 109.15. But we're not quite out of there as yet because we're still underneath the midway point, and we do have a trend coming slightly to the rise of this ADX. But we do have a negative MACD. Overall, though, I'm not bearish when you get closer to this 109.15 level. I believe the market may respond to a slightly bullish case due to the recent challenges down to that 109 region, finding good support in May and also in July. The pound backs away from that 137.95 level and not quite posting a bearish outside range day, but market may be viewing, see how the indicator holds above this midway point, because if we see a cut beneath there, that may draw back a slight bearish sentiment and see a pullback towards the bottom side of the range around 138.80 to 138.35. However, I believe that we should see one more test and may see a bull trap, and if so, towards that 139.75 or just stretching towards 140.2030 before that decline. That would mean that sterling yen has seen its top for now around that 153.5 level and may see a slightly further decline, but we do need to see a support from the RSI as it's respecting the midway point. So we haven't really broken down right across the board as of yet. But keep an eye just to see if we get a little bit more confirmation. Well, after the fourth attempt, gold took the challenge to 1,830.35 level and rejected it after posting a high of 30, and now challenging 1,811. Keep an eye on these technicals, because if it breaks down further, then I'd say that the market is heading towards the region of 1,800, that is, to 1,802. Now a close under there would see further weakness and maybe heading towards 1,760 to 75. It's interesting how this is rejected, but we haven't got the confirmation from the technicals just yet. So there's still a little bit of support seen at 1,800 level. Let's see how it plays out. From the monthly bias, you can see that we've got a hanging man, a very strong one from that rejection from 3 years ago, around 76.60. I'm keeping a close watch on this because if that turns out to be negative, then we will be seeing a pullback to about $70 to $68 a barrel. But for now, the market is backing away slightly from its recent objective, which I was holding around 74.40.80, so we weren't too far away. If we just bring this down a little bit, you can see that 74.80 is just around this region here, so a little bit shy of its target. But keep an eye, if we break through the midway point, then I do expect to see further weakness into this week. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday poll. I hope you enjoy the great start to the new week.